Philly Freak Nation, what's good, baby? How we doing? Oh, man, what's going on? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic Monday. Sorry, I have to readjust our camera here. I think that's a little bit, there we go, that's a little bit better. Hi, everybody, my name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Phillies are taking on the New York Mets. They were in Queens for the first two games, and they wrapped up that half of the series yesterday afternoon, and they went across the New Jersey Turnpike and went across I-95, and will be at the bank tonight and tomorrow night as well. Phillies will send Ranger Suarez on the mound, and Joey Lucchesi is going to make his first start of the season for the New York Mets. So there's a lot to get into in regards to that. But first and foremost, I want to see everybody on here in the chat. I want to say hello to everybody. Yo, what's up, J-Rap, Denbrew, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, Daniel. Always one of the first people on here, as always. Hardcore for all, what's good? What is good? Get freaky, baby, let's go! I kind of like Philadelphia Freaks better because we're not just a Phillies channel. I think that we're a Philly channel, but we'll see. I like Philly Freaks with a capital P and a capital H, baby. All right. Good stuff. All right, Phillies. They are 30-13 on the season. It's 62 degrees outside. Winds blowing northeast at 12 miles per hour. Let's get into the starting lineups because we're about ready to get things started. So the New York Mets will have Brandon Nimmo batting in the leadoff spot. Then it's Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, J.D. Martinez, Mark Vientos, Starling Marte, Harrison Bader, Jeff McNeil, and Tomas Nido. And on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies is Ranger Suarez, as Nimmo is in the box. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. All right, so again, it's Nimmo, Alonso, Lindor, Martinez, Vientos, Marte, Bader, McNeil, and Nido. The 0-1 on the way from Rangers, swinging a miss. Good changeup thrown by Suarez. Nimmo this season hitting about .221. Has 6 homers and 27 RBIs. So far in this series, he's 0 for 8 and hasn't gotten a hit since he had the walk-off pinch hit 2-run homer. That was in Sunday afternoon's outing against the Braves. The 0-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out to shallow center field, and Rojas can't make the catch. He tried to come in towards home plate, and Nimmo gets aboard. It was a routine fly ball. Rojas had to drift over towards the alleyway and run in towards home plate and just was not able to hang on to the baseball. And there's an E8. Had the glove on it and everything at an open... Yeah, the glove was open, just couldn't... As he was closing it, it just fell out of the glove. Rojas says, my bad. And Pete Alonso comes up, batting in the 2 spot. First pitch is taken outside. To be fair, it is, looks like it is starting to rain over there in Philadelphia, so there is water coming down. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Line drive down the first base line. It's a foul ball. Final score predictions. Make sure that you comment those down below, baby. Comment your final score predictions down below. Alonso hitting .226 on the season. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 pitches so far in the first for Suarez, and the 1-1 delivery is inside for ball 2. Defensively for the Phillies from 1 through 9, it's Ranger on the mound. Behind the plate, it's JT Realmuto, who is back in the lineup tonight for the Phils. We'll get to the infielders and the outfielders in just a few seconds. Suarez looks back at first, and now back to the plate. The windup and the pitch. Change up that swung on and missed by Pete Alonso, and the count is 2-2. JT's behind the plate, and across the diamond from first to third, it's Bryce, it's Stott, it's Sosa, and Bohm. And the outfielders for the Phils, from right to left, it's Castellanos, Rojas, and Pache. The 2-2 delivery on the inside corner, called strike 3 at the knees. And Alonso has to go back to the dugout. The first strikeout recorded on the night for Ranger Suarez, and it's a backwards K. Final score predictions, man. Comment your final score predictions down below. That pitch was an absolute beauty. It looked maybe like it was just, I don't know if it was a little bit low, but it was a great pitch nonetheless. Four-seamer that was on the inside corner at the knees. Here's Francisco Lindor batting on the right side. Then he takes a sinker at 91 for a strike all the way. No balls and one strike. Chris says 5-1 Philly. Okay, that's his final score prediction. What is up? No balls, one strike in the 0-1. And it hits Lindor. And he'll go over to first. Just got him right on the back knee. And for the first time, Francisco Lindor has gotten on base in this series. Hit him just on the back knee. And that's going to slide Nimmo over to second. So weird inning so far. And time is called now by JT Realmuto as JD Martinez is due up to bat. Crew chief for tonight, you got Brian Knight over at home plate. At first base, it's Chris Guccione. Then it's Gabe Morales over at second base. And Ryan Addison over at third. The pitch, and that's outside and low for a ball. What the heck is going on? One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Line drive, backhanded over at shortstop. The throw over to third to get the force out. There's one, and that's all that they're going to get. And there's two away. I wonder what's going on here. That's weird. All right, so they made the throw out over to third base. Sorry about that. I had my other display not on correctly. Here's Mark Vientos, the third baseman for the Mets. And the first pitch, fly ball hit out to left field, and that's going to go all the way towards the wall. Hit off the top of the track, and one run's going to come in to score. The throw is cut off by Sosa, and it's an RBI double by Mark Vientos to put the Mets up 1-0 in the top of the first inning at the bank. He scorched that thing out to left field. It left the Ranger. Gave him a fastball that was supposed to be high and inside, and Vientos got the barrel on it and was able to put it in a good spot out in left field, in the deep part of left field, and it off the track and deflected off the top of the wall. And it's a 1-0 lead. Starling Marte is coming up to bat, and he takes the pitch down low for a ball. So you got Brian Knight over at home plate. First base, it's Chris Guccione. Gabe Morales is over at second, and Ryan Addison is at third. Those are the umpires for tonight's game. And the 1-0 is low for ball two. Starling Marte is 3 for 9 in the series with a double, a run scored, and a strikeout. The pitch. Line drive, diving stop by Bohm, and he makes the catch. So Alec Bohm flashing the leather over at third base. It was a hot shot, and Bohm was able to lay his whole entire body out to make the diving catch. Quick reflexes, and that ends the inning. Clutch defensive play by Bohm. And we head to the bottom of the first. The Mets do strike first. They get an RBI double by Mark Vientos, and they lead it 1-0. The Phillies coming up to bat. All right. Who else is here? What you say, JJ? What are my final score predictions? I'm gonna go with. Look at my lips as I do it. I'm gonna go with 8-4. 8-4, man. 8-4. That's my final score prediction. 8-4. I'm gonna say that's my final score. FSP. I think I'll remember that final score prediction. Technique wasn't that good. Yeah, so that run was not an earned run allowed. on Ranger. All right. So we go to the bottom of the first. Kyle Schwarber will be coming up for the Phils. It's Schwarber, Realmuto, Harper, Bohm, Castellanos, Stott, Sosa, Pache, and Rojas for the Phils. Kyle Schwarber's the DH. JT Realmuto batting second over at catcher. Bryce Harper is at first base batting third. And in the cleanup spot, it's Alec Bohm, who is the third baseman tonight. Nick Castellanos plays out in right field, and he's batting fifth. Right behind him is Bryson Stott, the lefty. Over at second base, the right-handed Edmundo Sosa will be hitting seventh. And the rain is definitely starting to pick up here. He's the shortstop. And Christian Pache batting eighth out in left field, and Johan Rojas hitting ninth out in center field. And the rain is picking up at the bank. It's Joey Lucchesi. In 9 starts last year, he went 4-0. He also pitched 46 and 2/3 of an inning, and at a 2.89 ERA, the pitch to Schwarber, grounder hit over to second base, gobbled up by McNeil, and the toss over to first is in plenty of time. 1 pitch and 1 gone. JT Realmuto back in the lineup tonight. The Phillies are in their pinstripes, white tops and white bottoms with the pinstripes on the jersey and the pants as well. Red letters on the front and red letters and numbers on the back. JT comes up and he stares at the sinker at 89 miles per hour, just at the knees for strike 1. His average this year, JT, is at 274. He's also on a 6-game hitting streak. He's looking to keep that alive. The 0-1 high for ball 1. Mets on the defensive side of the diamond. Of course, have Joey Lucchesi on the mound. Behind the plate, it's Tomas Nido. The 1-1 offering to JT, and that's popped up but hooked foul behind home plate. Lucchesi decided to go with a curveball. And the count is 1-2. From first to third, it'll be Alonso. Then you got McNeil at second, Vientos at third, and Lindor over at short. The 1-2 to Realmuto, swing and a miss. And Lucchesi records his first strikeout of the game as JT goes after it just a little bit outside. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the first, and Bryce Harper's coming up to bat. From left to right, the Mets have in the outfield, it's Nimmo in left, Bader in center, and Marte in right. 2 outs, base is empty in the bottom of the first. Mets lead it 1-0 in this game so far. Lucchesi kicks and fires. It's a sinker, and it's fouled away. Lucchesi, in 2023, had 4 pitches that he would go to: the sinker, the curveball, the cutter, and the changeup. The 0-1, and that's outside for a ball. Against the cutter, batters were actually hitting 119 against that. And he threw it about 23% of the time. The sinker, he threw that about half. He threw that at about 52%. But hitters hit the ball really well. The 1-1 pitch, fly ball, hit out to deep left field, and that's not coming back. It's gone. Punch, counter punch. And the Phillies tie it up as Bryce Harper goes oppo taco with his 10th homer of the season and gets a solo shot. The rain is coming down, and Harper has made it rain at the bank. Well, he got a sinker there. It stayed down the middle of the plate, and he took that thing for a ride. It went over the flower bed out in left field. And now we're all knotted up at 1 apiece in the bottom of the first. The pitch to Bohm, up high for a ball. I got to cut that. 1 ball, no strikes to Alec Bohm. The pitch And that's fouled away. Not even Mother Nature can cool us down. D's here. What's up, D? What's up, James? What's good, guys? What's up, George? Y'all are the best. Shout out to each and every one of you. Oh, you got the taco. I love that. Love that. Oppo taco. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Bohm went down on one knee. And I think he slipped in the dirt. And he wants to take time really quickly to just readjust himself. Count is 1-2. Yeah, he slid. He did. Literally slid right there. That's dangerous. 62 degrees at the bank. Rain coming down. The 1-2 on the way. A curveball that misses in the dirt for ball 2. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, bases empty. Bohm up to bat, hitting .333 on the season. The best hitter on the Phillies. The 2-2 pitch inside again for ball 3, and the count is now full. The Phillies are 15-7 at home, and they're actually 11-1 over their last 12 home games. Lucchesi gets set above the letters, and the payoff pitch to Bohm. Outside and away for ball 4, and Bohm draws a 2-out walk in the bottom of the first inning. Castellanos due up next. 1-1 in the bottom of the first. Bohm just walked. And as we started off the bottom of the first, Schwarber grounded out to first. JT struck out. Bryce Harper went oppo and hit a solo shot out to left field. And Bohm is over at first base with a walk. Castellanos up to bat in the first pitch. It's popped up and it's hooking foul over towards the first base side and goes well into the seats. By the way, the run that was allowed by Ranger in that first inning was not an earned run because Nimmo, who got on base first, got on with an E8. Vientos would drive him in and get an RBI double. The 0-1 delivery inside again for ball 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. More final score predictions for those of you that are just new to the channel. Bohm leads off over at first, and the 1-1, and that is a rocket that's launched foul. It actually hit the side of the tarp over towards that third base backstop, and then deflected off the net, and the ball girl had to go get it. Casty's average is at .205 on the season, and he's looking to try to get it back up. Throw it back to first to try to get Bohm, and it's not in time. Bohm didn't even dive. He just jogged back over to first. And Alonso tried to apply the tag. 5-2, the good guys. 1-2 is the count. Castellanos, the 32-year-old at the plate, and the 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. And we'll do it again. Over his last 7 days, he is 6 for 25. He's recorded a hit, though, in 4 out of his last 5 games. The 1-2. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow right center field. And coming in towards home plate to make the catch is Bader. He didn't read it properly at first, but then had to get a move. And that's the end of the inning. But the Phillies tie it back on a solo jack by Bryce Harper. And we go to the top of the second at Citizens Bank Park between the Phillies and the Mets. Okay. All right. Got the over. All right. Well, what is the over? What is the over-under, JJ? I'll let you know what the over-under is. Thanks for asking. I make myself laugh sometimes. It's really, really weird. That's because I'm a Philadelphia freak. And speaking of Philadelphia freaks, with a capital P and a capital H, If you're a Philly freak, if you like the Sixers, if you like the Eagles, if you like the Phillies, even if you like the Flyers, make sure you like and make sure that you subscribe to our channel as well. We go live for every single Eagles, Phillies, and Sixers game, and we try not to miss any sort of live action coverage. That's what we do on here, man. What was I looking up? Oh, yes, the over-under. The over-under on ESPN Bet is 7.5. 7.5. And the line right now for the Phillies is at -210. So 2 more subs, baby, until we get to 2,300. 100 people in the chat, 28 likes. Keep that thumbs up button going. Look at the mod squad doing their thing. Don't even have to say anything. Look at that. Beautiful. Mike Green's like, I got you. He's like, I got you, JJ. That's why I got the wrench. I love that. It's beautiful. JJ, why don't I cover hockey? I've been asked that a lot of times. I'd like to try to do a little bit more this year. I just was doing a lot with my channel this year, and I noticed that if I did hockey and if I did the Sixers at the same time, it would be a lot on the vocal cords. And truly it is. But I'll try to do some this year. I really will. It's not looking so nice outside. Ranger Suarez back out there on the hill. The rain is coming down, and Harrison Bader looks like he's taking a shower. The 1-0 pitch, and that's fouled away. Bader batting in the 7 spot. It's Bader, McNeil, and Nido. 1 ball and 1 strike. The leg kick and the pitch. Popped up. Hit out over behind home plate. JT, does he run out of room? He does not. Or yes, he does. It just went over the fence. It's hard to tell because the rain is coming down and the camera didn't really give you a clear vision of what was going on. Makes sense. You got to protect your voice. Well, especially like during that time, it's really a lot. Like for basketball, it's all about momentum. The highs are the highs, and you gotta. If you're doing it every day, you gotta condition yourself. The 1-2, and that's chopped foul. But I do want to do some. I do want to do some next year, and I will. I'm gonna go up for the challenge. You know. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Suarez gets set at the letters, kicks, fires, and the 1-2 is inside. Bader's 29 years old from Bronxville, New York. The 2-2 on the way. Ground ball hit back up the middle, and Sosa tried to field it, but it just popped out of the glove. And Bader is safe with an infield single. It was hit back up the middle. Man, these field conditions don't look like that they're good. Just to say the least. Ball's wet. It's taking weird bounces. You saw Bohm slide when he was in the batter's box. It's wild. The line changes come fast and furious. Hard to tell who was on the ice by watching the TV. That's the other thing, too. That's exactly what the other thing is about that as well. It is. Because it's so fast, and you can't see everything that's going on, you know, outside of the monitor. All right, Jeff McNeil is up to bat. They ruled that as a single for Harrison Bader. Was an infield single. Here's McNeil playing over at second base. Throw back to first, not in time. Rain does seem to be slowing down for now. The sun has sort of peeked out a little bit more. .236 is McNeil's average on the season. The pitch, and that's down low for a ball. Here we go, man. I could call some baseball games. It's cool, man. Call some baseball games for me. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is chopped foul. Also tough to see the numbers, to see the players' names. You really got to pay attention. Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm open for the challenge. I really am. But to do, like, an actual legit play-by-play on a monitor, it is hard for hockey. Especially if it's a radio style of a cast. The 1-1, that's down low for ball 2. So, McNeil has a career average of .295. He's a two-time All-Star. Won the batting champion back in 2022. And also won the Silver Slugger Award as well. The 2-1 bouncer back over to second. The flip over to shortstop. There's one. And that's all that they're going to get. Sosa did bobble it, but he was able to record the out over at second base, and that's a fielder's choice ground out for the first out of the inning. McNeil does get aboard, though, over at first. And Tomas Nido is going to come up to bat. Orlando, what's up? Orlando Boswell, baby, what's good? What's up, man? If you guys are new to the channel, if you're a Philly freak, if you like the Sixers, the Eagles, and the Phillies, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. On the top of the second, there's one out in the inning, and the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. It is 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Phillies playing at the Bank tonight. Took the first two games of this four-game set in Queens. And the 0-1 is low for a ball. Ended up winning 5-4 in Game 1. They were down 4-2 in the ninth against Edwin Diaz. They tied it up. And then they won in extra innings in the 10th by a score of 5-4. The 1-1, and that's dribbled foul over towards the tarp. And then yesterday afternoon, they shut out the Mets. Aaron Nola was perfect through 5 innings and ended up getting a complete game shutout. And the Phillies were able to win 4-0. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Suarez decided to climb the ladder, and he records his second strikeout of the day as Nido went fishing. And there's 2 outs. McNeil still over at first. And Brandon Nimmo, another lefty, comes back up to try to get aboard for his second time today. Nimmo is 0 for 9 in this series, and the throw at the first is made to Harper, but he didn't even have a foot on the bag, nothing. Phillies have 30 wins on the season in 43 games. Absolutely impressive. Nimmo at the plate, and the first pitch is a changeup that's in the dirt. I don't know about you guys, but if you've like seen Brandon Nimmo's stance, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Lucas Duda. You guys remember Lucas Duda? The 1-0, swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-1. All tied up. 2 outs in the top of the second. It's a 1-1 game and a 1-1 count to Brandon Nimmo as the next pitch is inside and high for ball 2. But yeah, his stance does remind me a little bit of Lucas Duda's. Duda had a pretty good career, too, for the Mets. He was another Phillies killer. He's 38 years old now. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss on a changeup at 79 miles per hour. He's really 38 years old. Nimmo's going to take a very quick step out of the box, trying to regather himself. Showing a close-up of the dirt on the mound. As Ranger gets set. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. In the top of the second, the 2-2 grounder hit over to shortstop. Sosa has it, and he'll just take it over to the bag himself at second base for out number 3. So, no runs, one man left. And we go to the bottom of the second at Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies will try to take the lead. Didn't the fans throw batteries at Lucas Duda? I guess that was a thing. But yeah, Duda, I always thought that he was an all-star, but he was never an all-star. He had 156 career homers, 470 career RBI, and he spent his first 7 years with the Mets. Really was 6.5, because then he got traded to the Rays, then signed with the Royals, and then got traded to the Braves, and then came back to the Royals in 2019. So, it's really wild. It's funny because I didn't know this, but apparently Lucas Duda, he made his major league debut, was on September 1st of 2010 against the Braves. And the guy that was pitching for the Braves, if you guys remember, his name was Tommy Hanson. He went to high school with him. He played against him in high school. Okay? And about 2 weeks later, on the 17th of September, guess who he homered off of to get his first career homer? The guy that he faced in high school. And that was Tommy Hanson. It's really wild. That's quite a coincidence. Hanson probably never forgave him for that. We're in the bottom of the second. Mr. Man Created God. What's going on, man? What is good? Thank you so much for subscribing. Adam, you're the best. If you just subscribed to my channel, let me know who you are down below. All right, we're in the bottom of the second. It's Stott, Sosa, and Pache coming up for the fightins. Lucchesi gets set and kicks, deals, throws a sinker in there for a strike at 89 miles per hour. Stott's average is at 281. Does have 4 long balls and 26 RBI. The pitch is down low and outside for ball 1. Gerardo, what's up, Gerardo? Thanks so much for subscribing. The 1-1 on the way. Popped up and hooking foul, and that is going to go out of play. Stott's batting average is 34th in all of baseball. But he is tied for 30th in RBI with 26. He's never faced Lucchesi before. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the second. We're tied up at 1 apiece. And the 1-2, that was way up high, but Stott got a piece of it and fouled it back over towards the net. Does not look good outside. Lots of fans in their garbage bags trying to keep dry from the rain. Lucchesi gets set and fires. Throw a curveball that misses in the dirt pretty badly to make the count tied up at 2 apiece. Stott is 8 for his last 15. He had a homer in the 9th inning of Monday night's game at Citi Field. He also has 9 RBI, too, during that stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder hit over towards the first base side. Alonso tries to dive for the bag, and he got him out. Lucchesi wasn't even close to the bag, and Alonso tried to hustle as fast as he could to beat Bryson Stott. He played it on a bounce. He was not even close to the bag. Nobody was. And Alonso's like, ah, darn it, I got to get there. And he just was able to dive and just swipe the bag and get Stott out by maybe half a step. And that's how the first out is recorded. Alonso's not really the fastest guy in the world either, so that was just all effort. Love to have the guys out there that just, sort of like in basketball, just dive for loose balls, played their body out on the line. That's really what it's all about. The pitch, and that's taken just at the knees for a called strike on the inside corner. Edmundo Sosa is batting in the 7th spot. It's over at shortstop today. And the 0-1 popped up. Hit out over to shallow left field. And Lindor backs up, waves everybody off, goes over towards his right, and squeezes it for out number 2. Christian Pache is going to come on up to bat. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. The Mets got an RBI double from Mark Vientos in the top of the 1st. It was an unearned run that was allowed by Ranger Suarez. Mets would take a 1-0 lead, and the Phillies would tie it up in the bottom of the 1st on a solo shot out to left field by Bryce Harper. 2 outs, and the pitch. That's on the upper third of the zone for strike 1, the Christian Pache. Got to admire a good play even when you hate it. That's why we got to call it fair, It's exactly why we do it. RG, what's up, RG? How you doing, man? The pitch, and that's at the knees for a strike at 89 miles per hour on the sinker to make the count 0-2. Lucchesi now 30 years old. He'll be 31 in June. The 0-2 on the way, and that's lined foul over towards the right field side. Went 4-0 last year. Was off to a really good start. And is making his 2024 debut today. No balls and 2 strikes. And Pache's going to call for time. He'll step out of the box really quickly. Joey has 23 career wins and 24 career losses. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? And Pache did. They checked it over at first. Guccione says that he went around, and the inning comes to an end. Phillies go down 1-2-3, and we head to the top of the 3rd, all knotted up at 1 apiece at CBP. All right. What's going on, man? What's up, David? How you doing, man? RG says, I'm about to ask out a girl I've liked for a while. I'm really nervous, says RG. You gotta let us know how it goes, man, because it takes a lot of guts, And I think, whatever happens, man, whatever happens, happens. But I believe in you, dude. And we're all here to support you either way, you know what I mean? Through ups and downs, we're here for each other. No matter what happens. But yeah, break a leg, as they would say in theater. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. You're more than welcome to donate to the channel as well and leave a super chat down below. Yeah, my name is Jason. Just a little quick cliff notes about me. I guess that's the right term. Just to sum up who I am really quickly, I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. I graduated from Rowan in 2022 with a sports communication and media degree, and I wanted to go into broadcasting. I got to do some really cool stuff for the Wilmington Blue Rocks and call games for them. They're the high affiliate of the Washington Nationals. I also did some radio stuff for the Delaware Blue Coats when we were partnered with them at our school, and that was really awesome. Got to call some of their games. They're the G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is my dream. I wanted to go into sports broadcasting, and I realized that this digital media wave is something that we really should have just taken advantage of. And It's cool because we have an audience. We can interact with people as we're doing this on here, and we're taking media to a whole new level. If podcasting or if radio is becoming more about podcasting, if both of those worlds are colliding, well, play-by-play and the live sporting events are eventually going to do that too. So I wanted to hop onto that and, create a very good, a very safe and a loving community where we all can support each other. So, just be a good human being on here. That's all I ask, and just have fun. All right, we're in the top of the 3rd inning. Back to our regularly scheduled program. 1-1. All right, so Ranger Suarez, by the way, has the lowest whip this season at 1.5. So Dylan Cease has a 2.45 ERA. And then Tariq Skubal has a 2.02 ERA. Here we go. Pete Alonso up to bat. And he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Why does it say that the network bandwidth is low? The 1-0 pitch, fly ball hit out to left field. It's going back towards the track, and it hits off the very top of the wall. Pache's going to draw over the throw to second base. The throw gets by Bryson Stott, and it gets by Harper. It's going to go all the way towards the first base side. Alonso's going to jog into third base, and he gets on over at third base. That's going to be ruled as a double and an error to advance Pete Alonso within 90 feet away from scoring. So it was hit out to left field. Pache played it on a bounce and threw it over to second, but Stott just not able to make the catch. He had to play it on a bounce, and it just got by Bryson Stott. But they're going to rule it as a throwing error on Christian Pache. So it's a double and an E7 as the pitch is in there for a strike. It's the second extra base hit allowed by Ranger Suarez. The 0-1. That's down low for a ball. Now, bro, do it like a boss. You all good. For sure. Absolutely. Here's Lindor up to bat. He got hit by a pitch, and that was the first time that he got on in this series. He was hitless in 8 at-bats. Still is hitless, by the way, in 8 at-bats. The 1-1 is inside and low for ball 2. So it was an 0-1 count. And Suarez went with a four-seamer and a curve. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next pitch decided to go with the curveball again, and that misses low and outside for ball 3. This convo's cracking me up. I kind of want to make it, sort of like inside the NBA type of a thing. Like where we just have personalities, but, we control what's going on. You know what I mean? 3 balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch in there at the knees for strike 2 to make the count full. Baseball games are actually a very good first date. That's not a bad it's not a bad idea. 3-2 on the way, down low for ball 4. And Ranger walks Francisco Lindor to put runners at the corners with nobody out. I mean, these field conditions really aren't so good. Last time a Phillies pitcher, had a whip that was underneath a 0.8 in a whip in his first 8 starts was Robin Roberts. He had a .75 whip back in 1954. First pitch, it's gonna go down low and outside, and it gets away from JT, and 1 run's gonna come in to score. And it's 2-1. Alonso scores from third, and Lindor goes over to second on the wild pitch thrown by Ranger Suarez. The Mets retake the lead, and JT, honestly, Should have been able to catch that. No doubt about it. 1 ball, no strikes to J.D. Martinez, and he slices that pitch foul. Mark Vientos does wait in the on-deck circle. The count is tied up 1-1. Phillies already have 2 errors today. Just 1 hit, and that was on the solo homer by Bryce Harper in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, low and inside for ball 2. On the NBC Sports app, they have DJ Stewart's name underneath the Mets bug. Or, well, it's really the Phillies bug, but the score bug underneath that on the Mets side, it says batting cleanup is Stewart, but it's J.D. Martinez. Can't always go by the graphics. 2-1 on the way. Check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says no. And the count is now 3-1. New subscriber from Philly. Love all the Philly teams, especially my fighting Phils. Anthony, what's up, man? How you doing? 3-1 pitch, grounder, backhanded by Sosa. Sets up his feet, throws over to first, and it's in time. Harper played it on a bounce, and a nice throw by Sosa, and great anticipation by Bryce as he covered the first base bag, and there's the first out. And in this type of weather, Sosa really needed to just slow down the tracks and pump the brakes. And then he set his feet and got into a pretty good throwing position, and the ball's wet. So now you can't let that slip out of your hands. So the fact that he was able to make that throw was pretty impressive. Here's Vientos. The first pitch is a breaking ball, and this time JT blocks it out in front of him. Doesn't get too far away from him. And Vientos says, hold up. To Lindor. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ooh, that curveball was filthy. That was the best curveball that he's thrown tonight. Looked absolutely deceiving. A 12-6. Ranger had 16 pitches in the first, 19 in the second, and so far 15 in this third inning. The 1-1, that's fouled off over towards the right field side, and it goes out of play. JT hasn't really been hasn't been good back there with the bad pitches this year. No, he hasn't. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He went with the curveball again, and Vientos strikes out. Ranger gets his third K. And that'll put 2 outs on the board. Decided to go with the same pitch, and he executed that one pretty well as well. As soon as he threw it, he knew that it was going to look good for the hitter. And Vientos thought it was good, and Ranger was like, thank you. Phil's brought their iron gloves again tonight, I see. Well, it is raining, so weather's not really nice. So, can't see that. Phil's fan here. What's up, Hoopy? Just found your channel and subscribed. Good stuff. Now I can hear the game. And not only can you hear the game, Hoopy, but you can actually interact with everybody on here too. You know, because everybody on here is really nice. And we have a really, really cool community. And I think that you'll really enjoy that. So thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it very, very much. 2 outs in the top of the third. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button because Larry's here. I don't know why I said that. That just came out of my mouth. But yeah, hit it for Larry. 2 outs in the top of the third. In the pitch, that's a changeup that misses low and away for a ball. Don't do it for Mike. Don't do it for me. Just do it for Larry. I love messing around with you guys. The 1-0 pitch. There's a bouncer hit over towards the third base side, and it's fouled. Bohm backhanded it and gives or tosses it over towards the stands. to give somebody a souvenir. 1 ball, 1 strike. I am trying to get up a phone line because I've noticed that even like for the post-game shows, I think that would be a better way to have people call into the show. The 1-1, and that's taken down low for ball 2, and Lindor's going to swipe third without a throw. Nobody was covering the bag. And the Mets have a runner over at third base. If you like me, but not JJ, hit like anyway. I know. The 2-1 pitch. And that's taken for a strike. To make the count now 2-2. That's funny. I know which likes are from me. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Starling Marte. He's the 6th hitter today for the Mets, who lead it 2-1. Lindor at third, the 2-2 pitch just misses low. It was a 4-seamer, and JT almost framed it perfectly, but it was just low. The count is full. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ranger kicks, fires, and it is fouled over towards the third base tarp. There's like a whole crowd of kids out towards that left field corner. And as soon as the ball girl got it, they're like rushing over to like go get the baseball. It is really cool. You know? It's the best souvenir in all sports. 3-2 on the way, down low for ball 4. And Ranger, how about this? He's walked 2 batters in this inning. That's not really something that you see a lot from him. 13 balls and 11 strikes in this inning. And again, the conditions aren't so perfect. We'll say it like that. But even still, I remember one time earlier this year, he was battling in the rain and did a good job at handling that adversity. Throw back to first, not in time, and Marte jogs back in there safely. Harper was covering the bag. Harrison Bader is due up to bat for the New York Mets. He is 1 for 1 today. He got on with an infield single up the middle. The pitch, grounded, foul, over towards third. Bader coming into today has never faced Ranger Suarez. Could have thought that he did, even when he was on the Cardinals. The 0-1 delivery popped up and hit out over towards the first base side in foul ground. Harper gives it a look, and it goes out of play about 4 rows behind the first base side. Villain Childs. We have villains on here. What's up? You're chilling with a villain. What's going on, man? How you doing? JJ, can we have an over-under on walking in runs tonight in this rain? 0-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to center field. Roa says he has it, and he makes the catch that time. It was sort of the same play back in the first inning when he was not able to make the catch. The ball went out of his glove, but this time he does make the catch, and the inning comes to an end. The Mets, though, get 1 run back and take the lead on a wild pitch thrown by Ranger Suarez. It would allow Pete Alonso to score, and the Mets lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. All right, so Bader lined out to center. Can we get an over-under on walking in runs? Do you mean hit by pitches? Do you mean Alec Bohm hit by pitches with the bases loaded? Because that, to me, is the better question. But I also understand, too, it is the rain. Well, the over-under, okay, I'll set it at this. We'll do 2.5. 2.5 runs on walking in runs or getting hit by a pitch. Either or. Either or. How's that sound? Let's go Phipps. I know what you meant to say. Let's go Phillies. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. All right. So maybe it's a little, I don't think it's a little bit early for this. I'm going to ask this now. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Okay, so here is the question that I'm going to propose. Okay. My parents are going away this weekend, okay? And I'm really fortunate because I have a very great, incredible mom who is a great cook. My dad's a really good cook too. But my mom, she's really, really good. Okay? And this weekend I want to start, cooking some things on my own. Just making like some meals and like trying new things. I'm pretty good at following directions when it comes to those types of things. But what are some cool foods to try? Comment down below. Cool meals, cool foods to try. The 0-1 to Yohan Rojas. He bunts it over towards the mound, and the throw over to first by Lucchesi is in plenty of time. And Rojas tried to surprise everybody, but Lucchesi wasn't fond. Party at JJ's. Yeah, I guess so. What are some cool things to learn how to cook? Like, I'm not just saying eggs. Like, I mean like meals. Like, I don't know. Phillies JJ eat out Phillies steaks. I'm trying to. I want to start. I want to do maybe one night, okay? But I want to do some things. You know what I mean? The first pitch is down low to Kyle Schwarber for a ball. Chessie gets set, kicks, deals, and that's in there for a strike. And what's funny is that I know that I can't go through all of these now, but I usually replay these whole things and I look back through the chat replays. So, the 1-1, and that's taken outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. What James said. Eat out. Lucchesi on the mound. And the 2-1 pitch to Schwarber. Ground ball hit through the hole into center field for a base hit. It got by McNeil. Lindor wasn't even close to the ball. And Kyle Schwarber is able to get a 1-out single. And that's the second Phillies hit on the day. All right. Can't go wrong with chicken parmesan. Okay. Chicken parmesan's a good one. I can write that down. I wanted to do macaroni salad. I like macaroni salad. I think that I may try to do that. JT Realmuto comes up to the plate, and he fouls that one back. I was also thinking about a burrito. A burrito might be nice. The balls, 1 strike to JT Realmuto. 0-1 is the count. Phillies trail 2-1 in the bottom of the third, but lead the series against the Mets 2-0. And the 0-1 pitch just misses low. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Smash Burgers, Chili Nacho Supremes. 1 ball, 1 strike to Realmuto. The pitch to JT. Fly ball hit out to right center field, and Marte's there in the alleyway to make the catch. The throw back over to first is not even close to the bag. Schwarber had the job back in over to first base and retreats. Marte made a really good catch, though, and Alonso wasn't even close to the bag, so it's just a fly out to right field, and Bryce Harper's coming up. He homered in his last at-bat. He's representing the go-ahead run. Phillies are down 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Harper, that was his 10th homer on the season and his 30th RBI. Throw back to first to try to get Schwarber not in time. Make a calzone or a pizza, your own dough. It's easy, but makes you feel like a chef. Yeah, that's that's an interesting idea. The pitch to Harper. Ground ball hit over to first base, and the throw over the second by Alonso was in plenty of time, and Lindor made the catch over at second for out number 3. So that's going to go down as a 3-4 fielder's choice. Ground out. Bryce is retired. No runs. 1 man left. And we've played 3. We go to the top of the 4th at CBP. BRB. All right, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. We got a lot of people tuning in. I want us to get to the 100 like mark. You guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. It's 7:41 p.m. Eastern time. There we go. We go to the top of the 4th. Mets lead it 2-1 in Philadelphia. And Ranger has not been his best today so far. It has cleared up. I want to make sure that I mention that. I didn't want to jinx it before, but it did stop raining. People still do have garbage bags over their bodies, but it has settled for now, the rain. Mother Nature, that is. All right. So we head to the top of the 4th. Let's take a look at some of the scores really quickly that are going on right now. So the Yankees and the Twins just got started. It's scoreless in the top of the 1st. Cubs lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 1st now against the Braves. Braves are up to bat. And the Red Sox have a 1-0 advantage at Fenway Park as they take on the Tampa Bay Rays. That game's in the bottom of the 2nd, too. And the other game that's going on right now, of course, is the Phillies and the Mets. And the Phillies trail 2-1. All right. Top of the 4th inning we go at Citizens Bank Park. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order for the Mets. Rangers warming up out there still on the mound. They came back a little bit early from break. I was looking at some of the kids that they were showing. Some of them were dancing, and it looked like they were having a fun time. The 32-year-old Jeff McNeil is hitting .236 this year. He's up to bat, batting on the left side. And the pitch from Ranger Suarez is a sinker that's on the upper third of the zone for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. Pache comes running in. And I'll make the catch. He didn't really flinch at the beginning of after the ball was hit out towards his way. And then he realized, oh, shoot, I got to start jogging in towards home plate. And he did. And he caught it. And Tomas Nido is going to come on up to bat. Francisco Alvarez, of course, the primary catcher for the New York Mets, is on the injured list, as Nido will ground this one over to third. And the throw across the diamond by Bohm is in time for the second out of the inning. Alvarez is 22 years old and has only had one at-bat this year. Had a sprained thumb and was placed on the 10-day IL on April 21st. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. And up to bat is Nimmo, and he takes a strike all the way on the inside corner for strike one. Suarez was 66 pitches, and we're not even through the fourth inning just yet. Skies have cleared up. You can see a lot more clouds, very light clouds in the sky. Before they were dark, the 0-1 fly ball hit out over to left field, and Pache gets under it, and he'll make the catch. He just took one step back. It was with his right foot, and caught it right at the letters for out number 3. The first 1-2-3 inning today for Ranger Suarez, and he needed that, as we've played about 3.5 innings and go to the bottom of the fourth. All right, let's look at these more of these recipes. Salmon is easy to cook, mostly about the seasoning. I just had salmon, so salmon is good, but pot roast with medallion onion, carrots, and potatoes. Carotes. It sounded Spanish for a second. I wanted to make sure I read that correctly first before I said it out loud. But yeah, carotes. Carrots. Yeah, I know. Meatloaf is great. You can customize to your tastes. That sounds good. Sauteed shrimp. I'm not really a shrimp guy. I'm really not a shrimp guy. Cook flyers. Do the Snoopy Thanksgiving feast. Toast, popcorn, and jelly beans. Yeah, I do love that. I used to love Charlie Brown. Some of these kids, like, nowadays don't even know who Charlie Brown is. As weird as that sounds. Even some people my age don't even know who Charlie Brown is. But I love Charlie Brown. Ice cream and beer. It isn't just for breakfast anymore. Google HelloFresh recipes. That's a very good idea. Yes, I also know somebody that had a sponsorship with HelloFresh. So that was interesting. But yeah, I'll have to check them out and actually use their recipes. That sounds really good. Google HelloFresh. You can get the recipes without signing up. My favorites that I've had are Southwest chicken, sausage, and rice skillet. Rice skillet and figgy pork. Okay. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Cool. Oh, I thought Adam was gonna say, yo, I have a crock pot if you want to use it. And I was gonna be like, yeah, no, just ship it. Just ship it over here. But I see that you said that you have a crock pot cookbook. What's going on, guys? What's up, young Shizzy? Tilapia fish is very good. Yeah, I like tilapia. I like swordfish. I like swordfish a lot. All right, bottom of the fourth, Phillies will have Alec Bohm, Nick Castellanos, and Bryson Stott coming up to bat. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Let's get to 100 likes. Mod Squad, do your thing. Algo Gang, do your thing. Fans, do your thing. Philadelphia sports freaks, do your thing. We got 146 people watching and 75 thumbs ups. It means half of you have not hit that thumbs up button just yet. What are y'all waiting for? What are y'all waiting for? All right. Hit that subscribe button as well. It's 7:48 p.m. Eastern Time. Bohm is playing over at third base today. He did walk in his first plate appearance. Joey Lucchesi back out there on the hill, and the pitch is a curveball that misses way inside. Bohm's average is at .333. He has 4 homers this season. And the pitch, fly ball, hit out to deep right center field. That's going back towards the track, towards the wall, and Marte makes the catch. Just in front of the former out-of-town scoreboard. The wind picked it up, and Marte was just able to have enough room to catch it right in front of the former out-of-town scoreboard out in right field. And Bohm is out. Here's Nick Castellanos coming up to bat. We're in the bottom of the fourth. 1 out. The leg kick and the pitch, and that's way inside for a ball. Can I link my Facebook page? Tried to find it, but couldn't. It's in the description. You should see my link tree there, and that should take you to all my socials. I can copy and paste that, though. The 1-0 pitch, and that's outside for a ball. I thought that I had that linked on here, but I guess not. Okay, I'll have to go look for it on the actual tube. 2-0 pitch. Line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Marte gets over to it, tries to cut it off, spins, throws over to second, and the throw is way in time. Castellanos. That was not a good play at all whatsoever. Marte had a cannon of a throw, but it was not even close. Castellanos was not even near second base. It looked like he was just rounding first and was about a quarter of the way there over to second base, and he was out. Great throw by Marte, just terrible base running by Nick Castellanos. I think he kept his head down and he wasn't looking, and by the time he looked up, he was like, oh man, I thought that was going all the way towards the wall. I think that was the mindset. The pitch to Stott, and that's taken down low for a ball. I mean, nonetheless, it was a bang-bang play. It just literally took a bounce and landed right into the breadbasket for Francisco Lindor to apply the tag. The 1-0 delivery, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. Castellanos was out at second, trying to extend a single into a double. And Stott's up. He grounded out over to first. The 1-1 grounder hit over to second base, and McNeil has it, gathers himself, throws over to first, and that's the end of the inning. Phillies get 1 hit, and that was from Castellanos, but they go down 1-2-3 as we played 4 and go to the top of the 5th. At Citizens Bank Park, Mets lead it 2-1. Okay. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I'll be right back. Hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 100 likes. Be right back. See you soon. Philly freaks, what's going on? Hopefully you're all doing well. MLB freaks, hopefully you guys are having yourselves a very fantastic day as well. I just posted my Linktree in the live chat down below. That's where you can access my Facebook, my Twitch, my Twitter, anything else that I have on there in regards to social media. Just click that long link. That's not a scam at all whatsoever. And if it is, I apologize. And I owe you one. But it's not a scam. Those are all my social media links. All right. Phillies have 3 hits, but have only been able to come up with 1 run. And that was on the solo shot hit out to left field by Bryce Harper in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. Phillies are down in the game. And Ranger is going to head back out there on the mound to work his 5th inning tonight. Skies have cleared up. It was raining and actually really pouring within like the first inning of the game. Alonso's due up to bat. That's 2, 3, and 4, and Ranger fires a strike on the outside corner at 90 miles per hour. Decided to go with a sinker. Mets scored in the first. Phillies scored in the bottom of the first, and the Mets would then take the lead in the top of the third and haven't looked back ever since. The pitch on the way, fouled off. What did I say, Mike? JJ, you saying Stott and Sosa haven't played well at short? I'm just joking. The 0-2, and that's inside for a ball. I was joking. I was saying, well, Castellanos didn't really play well there, so I guess that maybe they're not playing better without Trey. Maybe they need him back. The 1-2 pitch, that just misses up high for ball 2. That's what I was saying. I was just joking with you. Their plan is to start hitting when they're down by 2 in the 9th. Thanks for spoiling it, Larry. I appreciate that. 2-2 on the way. Way inside for ball 3. .72 pitches for Ranger Suarez, and the payoff pitch. It's a dribbler hit over towards the second base side. Stott has it, throws it over to first, and Alonso is out. Had a little hesitation there because the screen froze for a very quick second, so I do apologize about that. Interesting strategy, Larry. Max excitement that way. Well, now I can't get excited because I know what's going to happen now. Well, maybe I wouldn't be as... I don't know. Maybe it would still be exciting. Lindor is up to bat, batting on the right side, and the pitch is taken up high and away for a ball. I can't, do that. I can't... I mean... I've done auditions before where I've had to do that type of stuff, but to me, what's natural is just doing an actual game on the spot for an audition, you know? It's hard for me to just build off of energy if I know what's going to happen. 2-0 pitch, and that's fouled off. But, I mean, if they needed me to do it, of course, I would absolutely do it, and I'd give it my all. I'm not saying that at all. But just naturally get excited, you know? I need it to be live. 2-1 pitch. Line drive, foul. Over towards left field. Lindor's up to bat. He's in 204 this season. Pretty low average for him. He's now 30 years old. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled away over towards the right field side. At the time, he played for the Cleveland Indians from 2015 to 2020. And he has been on the New York Mets ever since then. 2-2 is the count. Lindor draws the bat, puts it over his shoulder. And the 2-2 pitch, there's a slow roller hit over towards third base. Bohm has it, throws over to first, and Lindor is retired for out number 2. 2 ground outs. One by Alonso, tapped it over to first, and Lindor got on top of one and hit it over to third. These games are all rigged. You just need a script to get you, or you need a source to get you the script. The pitch, and that's a grounder hit over towards third, but that time it's foul. Larry has the script. Y'all are funny. That'll crack me up. It's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. There's 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Base is empty, and the pitch to J.D. Martinez. Line drive into left field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. Pache plays it on the ground, tosses it over to second, and Martinez has his 4th hit of the series. Ended up going 3 for 4 in the first game. That was on Monday night. He was hitless yesterday and is now 1 for 3 in tonight's game. So a 2-out single. That's just the 4th hit allowed by Suarez today. And Vientos will try to take a crack at it. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch that Vientos could not catch up to. He was way out in front of it. Suarez looks back over at first. Kicks, fires the pitch. High bouncer, hit over to second base. Stott has it. He tags the bag, and that's that. We go to the bottom of the 5th. A fielder's choice ground out by Mark Vientos, and the Phillies are coming back up to bat. They're down by 1. All right, be right back. I'm going to take another very quick step off. I'll see you very, very soon. Hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to leave a super chat down below. I appreciate all the donations. Any sort of contribution definitely helps out our channel. So you guys don't have to do that, but you're more than welcome to do it. Be right back. See you soon. All right, we're back. We are back on here. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. How about the NFL schedule coming out tonight for every single team? Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cover it, but I will have a reaction to what I think the Eagles will do in each week, and we'll do like our first sort of reactions to the schedule. Okay, we'll be covering that. Super chat is always super, man. Let's get to 110 likes before the 7th inning stretch. Before I stretch again, that's for sure. Absolutely, I love that. That's a very, very good goal. Edmundo Sosa is up to bat in the bottom of the 5th. He'll lead things off against Joey Lucchesi, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Just 50 total pitches by Lucchesi, and the Phillies. Part of that's just because they have not really been disciplined at the plate in this game so far. The 0-1, and that's upstairs for ball 1. One ball, one strike. Lucchesi lines up and fires, and it's way inside, and Sosa was literally just staring at a potential date with destiny as the baseball almost hit him. The 2-1, and that's wide for ball 3. Would have been a date with destiny in regards to the baseball, and that probably would not have been a good feeling. 3 balls and 1 strike in the pitch. And it was on the upper third of the zone, but it's called a ball. And Sosa gets on with a walk. Spencer Turnbull is getting loosened up in the Phillies bullpen. The right-handed pitcher who was the 5th starting pitcher right before Taijuan Walker came back. FC4. So Sosa gets on with a walk. Pache is up to bat. Time is called very quickly right before Lucchesi threw the pitch. Or the umpire signaled something. Yep, it's a pitch clock violation that goes against Pache. Or sorry, it goes against Lucchesi. Every time they hold up the signs, I have to get used to that not being time called. I have to get used to that as a pitch clock violation call. The 1-0 pitch, and that's at the knees, but it's called a ball. 14-3. Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Pache decided to show bunt, but took it back as it was inside and low, and it's now a 3-0 count. Ugh, I don't want them to spoil the calendar for me. I forgot I turned on my Twitter notifications, but yeah, been popping up on my phone. Yeah, I'm sure. 3-0 pitch, and that's at the knees for strike one to Christian Pache. Don't spoil anything for me about the Eagles if you can, because I kind of want to be surprised. Throw back to first to try to get Sosa. Ooh, not in dime. Didn't even dive. He got his right foot on the bag, and Alonso swiped him on the back, but by the time he swiped him, he was just on the bag. 3-1 delivery, and that's chopped foul. Nice play by the Mets bat boy. Played it on a bounce and was able to make the catch. The count is now full. Pache in the box. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The payoff pitch from Lucchesi. Down low for ball 4. Great at bat by Pache. Back-to-back walks allowed by Joey Lucchesi. And the Mets call for time really quickly. Looks like not Carlos Mendoza, but the pitching coach for the Mets is going to go out there to try to settle Lucchesi down. Up to bat is Johan Rojas. So it's Jeremy Hefner, who's the pitching coach for the New York Mets. Hefner's 38 years old. Played in the majors. He played with the Mets, and he was previously a coach with the Minnesota Twins with Rocco Baldelli. Everybody goes back to their spots. There's runners at first and second. Rojas is up to bat. Nobody out. Infield playing in at the corners. Rojas shows bunt, takes it back, and the pitch is in there for a strike. On the outside corner as well. Don't worry, I'll be watching it after the game. Sounds good. Thanks so much for subscribing, Whoopie Dog. Whoopie, what's up? What's up, Whoopie Dog? 0-1 pitch, and Rojas bunts that one down. The throw over to third base, not in time. Sosa got in there to third, and that's going to load the bases. Nice play by Rojas. He knocked down the bunt. It was hit back over towards the mound, and Sosa got a great jump as Lucchesi threw it over to third, tried to get Sosa out by force, and the bases are loaded. And look who's coming up. It's Kyle Schwarber with nobody out. Perfect execution, too. It took about 2 bounces over towards the mound, and Sosa almost tripped. He almost tripped over at third base. All right, so Schwarber's up with the bases juiced. The first pitch down low for a ball. And fans starting to get a little bit loud here at Citizens Bank Park. The most action that the Phillies have had today. Sosa at third, Pache at second, and Rojas at first. All 3 of them have not gotten a hit, and they're on base. The next pitch is just a hair inside for ball 2. Kyle singled back in the third. 2 balls and no strikes to Schwarber. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Nobody out. And the 2-0 pitch, that misses down low for ball 3. Lucchesi has not found the strike zone a lot of times in this inning, and I'm surprised that Mendoza's leaving him out there for this long. Phillies could tie it up with a walk, or take the lead with a base hit potentially. 3 balls, no strikes to Schwarber, and the 3-0 delivery. That misses for ball 4, and that's going to tie the game. Schwarber goes over to first with an RBI walk, and Sosa finally jogs in to score. There's still nobody out, and we're evened up at 2 apiece. Sosa was literally retrieving back over to third, and I think that he forgot what the count was. He was like, wait, 3 balls, right? And Dusty Wathan was like, no, it's 4. It's 4. And he's like, oh, okay. Let me jog over to home. Grant Hartwig is getting warmed up now in the Mets bullpen. Bases loaded, Phillies knotted up at 2 apiece. Pache at third, Rojas at second, Schwarber at first, and no hits in this inning so far. The pitch to JT, line drive into right field for a base hit. Pache's going to score, and another run's going to try to come in. It's now 3-2 Philadelphia. So it's just an opposite field RBI single by JT, and the Phillies take the lead. Sometimes you just can't tell what goes off the camera, but JT comes through. And now it's Bryce Harper's turn to come up, and the baton is passed to him. Harper in the box, first pitch, way up high and inside. And Lucchesi absolutely wild. He's walked 3 batters in this inning and just allowed a base hit to realmuto. The 1-0 to Harper. Line drive into left center field, and that's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. Rojas scores. Right behind him is Kyle Schwarber. The throw to the plate to get JT. That's in time. It's a 2-run double, though, by Bryce Harper, and the Phillies have a 5-2 lead. Keep ringing the bell. So Bader made a really good throw over to Lindor, was cut off, and JT was right behind Kyle Schwarber. He was out at the plate, but the Phillies do get 2 runs out of it on a 2-run double by Bryce Harper, and Wathan actually told JT to hold up, and JT ran right through the signs and was just out at the plate. Nito swiped the tag on him, but it is 5-2, and that's going to be it for Lucchesi. So he's going to come out of the game, and we have a pitching change. It's 5-2 Phillies, 1 out, and Harper's at second. We'll be right back. Well, those are always miscues. Come on, man. Base running miscues. Come on, we got to be better than that. But, hey, I mean, I know that we got 2 runs, but it'd be nicer if we didn't have any sort of miscues. No reason to get thrown out at the plate. Yep, I agree. I think that they need more turnover. Wait, what are we talking? We're talking about football. We're not talking about the 2-run hit that just happened. 2 fielding errors, base running miscues. We are sloppy tonight. But yet we have 5 runs. We have 5 runs. Okay, we can't lose sight of that. We have 5 runs. The mistakes are going to happen. But this team is the best team in baseball. Base running should also get errors. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Their manager left his starting pitcher in there for too long, for sure. Absolutely. And the Phillies took advantage. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Like, You know, like that's how it is. Like I'm happy that we have that we've scored 4 runs in this inning. We made the Mets pay. Did we have a mistake? Yes. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we have the lead. And I think that that's what matters right now. And, yeah, JT has to be better, but I don't think that that's going to cost them. I could be wrong, though. Hit the thumbs up button. 170 people on here watching. Mod Squad, do your thing. Algo Gang, do your thing. Did we get to 100 likes? We're only at 91. Oh, my gosh. Half of you have not even hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button, too, while you're at it. And if you want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to hit that super chat button. More than welcome to do so. So Alec Bohm was up to bat. He hit one out towards left center field. And making the catch over out in center was Rojas. And Harper tied up and went over to third. They just came back, so they were late, and they just missed that. And Castellanos is up to bat. So that's 2 outs. Phillies lead at 5-2. Grant Hartwig is out there in relief for Lucchesi. He has a 6.0 earned run average in 2 games, though, and has pitched in 3 innings. The pitch way inside, and Nido just got a piece of it. If he didn't, that would have went all the way towards the backstop. Harper 90 feet away from scoring. It's 5-2 Phillies. They were down 2-1 coming into this bottom of the 5th inning and have retaken the lead. The 1-0 to Castellanos. Ground ball hit over to third, and the throw over to first by Vientos is in plenty of time, and that's going to end the inning. However, the Phillies get an RBI walk from Kyle Schwarber, an RBI single from JT Realmuto, and a 2-run double by Bryce Harper to give them a 5-2 lead. And we played 5, and we go to the top of the 6th at Citizens Bank Park. Mr. Dasher, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. I haven't seen you in quite some time, man. 101 likes. Let's go, baby. Good stuff. All right. We hold on. Suarez will be 8-0. Is Suarez... Well, Suarez, even if he's done, then yeah. Because he pitched 5 full innings, so. But yeah. Hit the thumbs up button. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your kids. Tell your wives. Tell your stepbrothers. Tell your frenemy. The enemy. I was trying to say you know how they say like Friendsgiving. I was going to say just tell your friends. Just tell your friends. Tell everybody about this channel. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are a Philadelphia freak with a capital P and a capital H, you're in the right spot. If you're an MLB freak with a capital P and a capital H, you're also in the right spot. All right, we cover Phillies. We cover Sixers. We cover Eagles. We cover all those sports. And we do play-by-plays because that's what we want to go into. And we have a fun time on here. We created a really cool community, and I want you guys to become a part of it if you haven't done so already. Tell your grandma-in-law. Isn't there a song called Tell Your Friends? I think that there is a song called Tell Your Friends, and that's probably like where I got it from. It's like, remember like that news story that like went viral like years ago? It was like, hide your kids, hide your wife. You know, like you can run and tell that. Like, that kind of reminds me of that. Do I do flyers? Also, I didn't do flyers this year. I'll try to do some next year. It's really hard to do hockey on a monitor. It really is. Because when all the line changes happen and plus the vocal cords. But I will try to do some next year. My stepson-in-law. My stepson-in-law is a Phillies fan too. That threw me off. Spencer Turnbull is on the hill to pitch. He's gone 8 games this year and has a 2-0 record. So he'll be on in relief for Suarez. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is taken for a strike. So it's a 1-1 count. My stepson-in-law. Let's go. Going as planned. JT, you did it. You did it. You got on with a base hit, my guy. The 1-1. Line drive. Foul over towards the right field side. Oh, JT Helton. Oh, man. Let's go. What's up, JT? How you doing, man? 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Phillies lead it 5-2 against the New York Mets. Marte is in the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 today. He did make a really good throw out in right field, though, to throw out Nick Castellanos from extending a single into a double. Also was able to catch a shot at the warning track that Bohm had. Almost got out. The 1-2 outside for ball 2. So Ranger Suarez, his date is done. Just lasted 5 innings. Didn't have the best stuff today, but he's looking to get his 8th win on the season. 2-2 pitch. Slicing and dicing foul. As it goes out of play. The Phillies are 30-13. They are 2 games above the Atlanta Braves in the NL East. The Braves are 26-13. The Nationals are 9.5 games behind the Fightins, and the Mets are 10 games behind them. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch, and that is going to slice foul once again over towards right field. And that one goes out of play as well. Courtesy of Luke Arcani. Bryce Harper has a 3.300 OPS and 11 RBI with the bases loaded this season. If that doesn't scream, wow, I don't know what does. The 2-2. That's down low and inside to make the count full. Turnbull not wasting any time. Gets set at the belt and the payoff pitch. Grounder hit back up the middle, but Stott has it, gobbles it up, tosses it over to first, and the first out is recorded. Starling Marte goes back to the dugout. We're in the 6th inning. It is the top of the 6th. 1 away. Phillies were down 2-1. Then they ended up retaking the lead in the bottom of the 5th, and they scored 4 runs. It was off of Joey Lucchesi. The pitch. Low for a ball. Harrison Bader is up to bat. 1-0 delivery, and that's on the inside corner. It was a sweeper at 82 miles per hour as it landed right at the knees. Harper has also knocked in 13 runs over his last 5 home games as well. The 1-1. That's chopped foul over towards the third base side. 1-2. To Bader. Bader, who won a Gold Glove back in 2021 while he was with the St. Louis Cardinals, is at the dish. The 1-2 on the way. It's a sweeper, and it missed low. Bader was born in Bronxville, New York. I didn't know that he was Jewish. 2-2, and that's taken down low for ball 3. His father is actually the lead counsel for Verizon in New York. And he has a younger sister. Her name is Sasha. But he is also a first cousin once removed of actor Scott Baio, or Baio, I should say, who was on Happy Days. The pitch, ground ball, hit back up the middle. Sosa has it, throws over to first, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. And Jeff McNeil is going to come on up to the plate. They say that Chachi? Nito's up to bat. Jeff McNeil comes up, I should say. Nito waits in the on-deck circle, and the pitch is low for a ball. McNeil's average sits at 232. You think about like all the good years he's had with the Mets, and you just see 232. I know it's still early, but it's like, wow. The pitch. And, did that get a hold of Jeff McNeil? He's down. He is down in a lot of pain. Ooh, man. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. And he, man, oh man, he fouled that right off of his foot, and he's in a, he was literally on his knees, now turns over. The Mets trainer is out there. Fouled it just off of that back kneecap. Ooh. Man, that has got to leave a mark. That pitch came in at 91. And, well, when you think about analytics and you think about exit velocity, that hurts. He gets up. Carlos Mendoza out there along with the trainer, and McNeil, he's going to come out. He's going to come out of the game. He is standing, and I think he's going to come out. He was walking back over towards the dugout, but he stands now. The trainer's holding the bat from the end, not from the knob. But he's going to stay out there. Bends just a little bit. The trainer and Mendoza are going to head back over towards the Mets dugout. And Brian Knight's like, take all the time that you need, but don't take too much time. But he seems to be okay, and thank goodness. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away in the top of the 6th inning. Turnbull gets set at the letters. Gets the signs from realmuto. Kicks, fires, and the next pitch is low for ball 2. Hardcore says hit pitch clock violation. Two and one. Turnbull with 17 pitches in this inning. And the next pitch, grounder, hit over towards the first base side. Diving stop by Harper. Going over to first is Turnbull as Harper flips it over to him, and McNeil is out. So, nice bang-bang play by Bryce Harper as he's playing really well defensively over at first base. We go to the bottom of the 6th, the 1-2-3 inning, thrown by Spencer Turnbull, and the Phillies come back up to bat when we return. That's got to leave him. What'd you say? Mike said, will that leave a mark? Dude, it's pretty bad. That was pretty bad. The Yankees and the Twins are on Prime Video. I didn't know that Prime now does MLB. I know that the Phillies, that they moved the Father's Day game up 2 hours earlier, and it's going to be on Roku TV, which is wild. All right, hit the thumbs up button. We have 175 people tuning in on here. Mod Squad, do your thing. And now go ahead and do your thing as well. I'm going to be right. We'll take a break after the next half inning. I'm proud of how hard Harper has worked on his first base defense. Yeah, me too. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with Bohm over at third, man. I'm really, really happy. You think about all the criticism that he got from all the Philly fans with his defense over at first base. He is now really a solid defensive player over at third. He's really put in the work, and he has done a very, very good job. And I think he deserves his flowers for that. I really do, because if you remember, he he really was bashed by so many people. So many people did not want Alec Bohm. They thought that he was going to be like the Lord and Savior, and they weren't patient with him. And he's done a really, really good job. So I just think it's important to bring that up. He's the best player on the team as of this year right now. First pitch to Bryson Stott, and that's going to hit Bryson Stott on the back knee. He tried to dodge out of the way. Hartwig was throwing the pitch. It wasn't intentional, nothing like that, but Stott is now down. And Rob Thompson's going to go out there to check up on him. He does get up, and the Phillies trainer is going to assist him as he walks over to first. He was holding on to the left knee for a second, but he's walking and he seems to be okay for now. Didn't hit him on the kneecap, but just on that back knee. When you're in the batter's box and the pitch is coming at you that fast, that's scary. It's really scary. There was a cutter at 93 that hit his kneecap. So Stott does get hit by a pitch. Edmundo Sosa is up to bat. That's now the third game in a row where a Phillies player has gotten hit by a pitch. The pitch outside Edmundo Sosa. The 1-0, line drive into right field, and that's going to bloop in for a single. Stott rounding second will go over to third. Marte's going to throw it into second base, and Edmundo Sosa able to slice it out to right field for a base hit. And honestly, he continues to get some hits going. Good for him. Christian Pache is coming up. The Phillies' bottom of the order, doing a lot of damage so far once again. Sosa now is on a 5-game hitting streak. So that single that he just had just extended that to 5 straight games in a row. Pache in the batter's box. He walked his last time up. The pitch to Christian. Downstairs. The over-under on the hit by pitch not looking so crazy. I feel you, man. What's up, Dougie? How you doing? Runners at the corners, and the 1-0. That misses a sweeper at 84 miles per hour. Taken below the zone. Phillies have a 5-2 lead. 6 hits and 5 runs scored for the fightins. 2-0 pitch. Pop up, hit over towards the first base side and foul ground. And Alonso gives it a look, and it goes out of play. Phillies have left 3 men on base today. They are 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position, which is good so far because even in the last 2 games, they did not do such a good job with runners in scoring position, specifically in that first game. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. And that's taken, it was a little bit down, but that's at the knees for a strike. No, the over-under for hit by pitches with a run scored. I said 2.5. 2-2 on the way. And that just misses. It was a sweeper that just was below the zone. It sort of looked like a backdoor slider. But Hartwig did not get the call. Big payoff pitch coming up. Phillies lead it by 3. The 3-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over to right, but it's going to be a foul ball. And the ball girl's going to have to go get it. Phillies in the first game of the series left 11 men on base, and they were 3 for 16 with runners in scoring position. But we've said so far today they're 2 for 4 in this game. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball hit over to third. Bobbled by Vientos. Throw over to first, and it's in time. So they get the RBI anyways, as Stott does score. And advancing over to second is Sosa. The out is productive, but the Phillies now lead it 6-2 in the bottom of the sixth. Just saw a 5-game hitting streak coming from Sosa. I know. Isn't that wild? Yohan Rojas up. A runner at second. The pitch, swing and a miss. That sweeper was outside. Yohan is just 0 for 1. Scored a run and had a sac bunt back in the fifth. Sosa in scoring position. The pitch, another sweeper that Rojas misses at. Timing was way too early. The ball's 2 strikes. 1 gone in the bottom of the sixth. Schwarber is in the on-deck circle for the Phils. Hartwig glances back at second and back to the plate now and fires the pitch upstairs. So that is an RBI ground out by Bryson Stott. Or by Christian Pache, I should say. The 1-2. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field. Bader comes running in and I'll make the catch. The throw is drawn over towards the shortstop, and that's not going to be enough to advance Sosa over to third. Meant to say that Stott scored on the RBI ground out by Christian Pache. 2 away in the bottom of the sixth. And Kyle Schwarber will come on up to bat. The pitch inside. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well, baby. Kyle was 1 for 2. He singled, walked, scored a run, and had an RBI as well. The pitch, ground ball, hit back up the middle, diving, stop by McNeil, throw over to first, was a little bit off the line, and it gets by Pete Alonso. Sosa's going to score, and it's 7-2 Philadelphia as McNeil makes a mistake on the throw over to first, and Schwarber stands at first base with a 7-2 lead. The Phillies continue to add on and pour it on at the bank. Nice diving stop by McNeil. That ball took about 2 bounces, and it went over towards Pete Alonso's left side, and that was nowhere close. He did a little split, and it got by him, and Nito had to run after the baseball as it went over towards the first base side, towards the backstop. But Schwarber just stayed at first. Up to bat now is realmuto. So that's going to be recorded as an E4. It's 1 ball and no strikes to JT. The 1-0 pitch popped up over towards shallow center field. McNeil says he has it, calls off Lindor, and he makes the catch as he glances over at Lindor saying that, I said I got it. But the Phillies add on 2 more runs, and they lead it 7-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Mets coming up to bat. Great. An E4. Good job. They call it an infield single, and then Sosa scored on a throwing there. So they do call it an infield single for now. Phillies sent 7 men up to the plate, or I should say 6 men up to the plate in that inning. All right. I'll be right back. I got to take a very quick step off. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't done so already. Be right back. All right. Yeah, our scoreboards are working. They are. We have the Cavs playing against the Celtics, and then the Mavs playing against the Thunder, and that's it for the NBA. And then for the MLB scores, there's it's all working. It's working. I appreciate you for trying to give me a heads up about it, though. What do you mean it says no scores, though? Yeah, it does. It has the scores. It's 2-0 White Sox. Rays play at 7:10. First pitch is in there for a strike. Orioles won 3-2. There it is, right there. Cubs and Braves play at 7:20. I know it's now 8:40. D-backs won 2-1. Oh, that I can't help. Okay, I see what you're saying. A couple of games were supposed to start at 8:05. Okay. One ball, one strike. We're in the top of the seventh. Turnbull on the mound and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And that's going to be a single by Nido. Yeah, I can't help that. I'm using an app called Scoreboard Bot, and the bot's just not working for that. So, yeah, it's a hit or miss with these things, you know. I appreciate you for letting me know, though. Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying. Something must be wrong with their bot. Cubs lead at 5-0 against the Braves. So Nemo's up to bat. Turnbull out there for his second inning of work. And he throws it just a little bit down low. The next pitch is downstairs again for ball 2. Nemo tonight has gone hitless in 3 at-bats. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. And that's just outside for ball 3. The last time that Turnbull faced the Mets, and it was the only time, that was on May 26th of 2019 when he was on the Tigers. He went 7 innings, allowed 4 earned runs, and had 8 strikeouts. The 3-0, and that's outside for ball 4. And that's going to put runners at first and second base. A leadoff single by Tomas Nido, and Brandon Nimmo walks. Spencer Lifetime, I missed that. The pitch to Pete Alonso, and that's in there for a strike. Lifetime against NL East opponents, Turnbull is 2-1 with an ERA of 3.24. The 0-1 on the way. That time it misses down low for a ball. Turnbull has only faced the Phillies once. The 1-1 pitch. High bouncer. Hit over to third. Flip over to second. There's one. The throw to first. Not in time. And they may want to challenge this. Calitri, I think, is going to go over to the headset to see if Alonso was out. It looked pretty close. Bohm also could have tagged out Nido, who was heading over to third, but I guess that maybe he wouldn't have had time to get the out over at second. I don't know. Let's see again. I think he's out. Let's see again. Maybe not. Maybe not. So they say it's a fielder's choice ground out. They didn't show if Calitri had the phone, if he was going to look at it or not. But yeah, okay, so the Phillies are going to challenge it. Phillies are going to challenge it. The replay review that they showed us, it looks close. I don't know if they're going to have too much evidence to overturn this. I wish that they showed us more and more replays, but from the angle that they showed us, it looked like it was really close and it was a tough call. So Rob will challenge. One away in the top of the 7th inning. And there's 2 runners on. Mm. 28 total pitches for Turnbull. Came on in relief for Ranger Suarez. Let's see again. His foot's on the bag. When you look at the replay review from that angle that they're showing us when Harper has it in the glove. But is the whole right foot on the bag? Let's see. All right, so they're going to make the call. So they say that he is out. And the call is overturned. So the Phillies get 2 outs in the top of the 7th. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest with you. That's going to go as an around-the-horn double play. And Alonso wasn't out by much. Tell you that. But the Phillies will certainly take that. Over at third base is Nido. And that was a much-needed double play. And Lindor is up to bat. He's 0 for 9 in this series. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. And realmuto will toss it back over to Turnbull. Lindor does have 2 stolen bases today. Was able to swipe his 5th and 6th bag of the season. He had 31 total stolen bases last year, which was a career high for him. The pitch. And that's outside for ball 2. His average last year, though, was at 254. Did have 31 homers, though, and 98 RBI. The 2-0, and that's fouled back. His lifetime batting average is at 272. This is year number 9 for him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Turnbull on the mound, gets set at the belt, and the 2-1 pitch in the air to deep center field. Rojas backs up, takes a couple steps over towards the warning track, and makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. So Turnbull allows a leadoff single, and then walks Brandon Nimmo, but gets Alonso to ground into a double play, and Lindor to fly out to deep center field. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time at Citizens Bank Park. Right. Hit the thumbs up button. We got 175 people on here watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the notification bell icon, and that way you'll know when I go live, baby. The name, of course, is Jason Joseph. 121 likes. Let's get to 200, baby. Hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to ask you a trivia question, and if you get the answer correct, you'll hear this. If you get the answer incorrect, you'll hear this. Okay. We'll do this one. With the 2nd overall pick in the first round of the 1997 MLB draft, the Philadelphia Phillies selected who? Who did they select? That's part A to this trivia question. And where did this kid go to school? The 2nd overall pick in the first round of the 1997 MLB draft. Who did the Phillies take, and what school did he go to? Utley, Ashburn, Rollins, Pete. Nope. Mike, Tristan said Rollins. Nope. Schmidt. I said 1997. You just fire away with answers. Worth. No, we'll take one more. We'll take one more. One more actual answer. J.D. Drew. Which school did he go to now is the second part. So J.D. Drew was the second overall pick in the 1997 draft. And which school did he go to? One ball and no strikes to Bryce Harper, and the next pitch, and that's fouled away. Adrian Hauser, the former Milwaukee Brewer, is out there to pitch for the Mets. One ball, one strike. And the next pitch is a changeup that's in there for strike two. Which school? Penn State? Give me one sec. Incorrect. Florida State. Is Florida State correct? That is. Good job. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, did you Google it? Because if it did, or if you did, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But good job. You got the answers right. Next pitch is down low for ball 3. Hauser gets set at the belt, and the payoff to Harper. Line drive, and that goes past the diving stop of Lindor out into left field for a single. And Harper gets aboard. So Lindor not able to make the diving stop over at shortstop. He had to dive over towards his left side, and it got right on by him. J.D. Drew, good job. How about that for a trivia question? Thought that was pretty good. All right, so a leadoff single for Bryce Harper. And here's Alec Bohm, who got a warning trap power his last time up. Hit one out to right center field, and it just missed going over the wall. Marte was able to make the catch. The ball is 1 strike. The first pitch was in there for a strike. Hauser kicks, fires, and throws a slider that's wide. Harper has a 3-hit game. And he has a single, a double, and a homer. The 1-1 ground ball into the 5-6, 0 for a base hit. Harper goes over to second, and runners go from station to station as Bohm gets aboard with a single. Harper is on cycle watch. Just needs the toughest one, and that is the trifecta. And Bohm was able to put it in a good spot. He got on top of the pitch that was thrown to him, but he still put it in a good spot and was able to deliver. Castellanos up to bat. Bohm singles to left. And here's Castellanos. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first pitch to Castellanos. And that's at the knees for strike 1. Phillies were down 2-1. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And that's how they have a 7-2 lead. So they have outscored the Mets on a 6-0 run. Pitch, and there's a ground ball that's hooking foul over towards the third base camera well. He's behind in the count here, 0-2. Phillies will play tomorrow night as well. They take on the Mets, and they'll be facing Jose Quintana. 0-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out to center field. On the run is Bader. He'll make the catch. Harper stops over at second. It was hit off the end of the bat by Castellanos, and Bader was able to skip on in towards home plate to record the first out. Sometimes you just hit it really hard, but not able to put it in a good spot there, and Casti did not get the best luck in the world that time. At least he made contact, though. Bryson Stott up to bat. And fans singing along to the walk-up song and waving their hands up in the air. The pitch. That's a curveball that's in the dirt for a ball. That is really cool. Hauser on the bump. Just pitched a third of an inning so far. He's 31 years old. And the 1-0 high. Decided to go with a changeup. In the month of May, Hauser has gone 7 innings and has allowed 4 earned runs, 6 walks, and only has 2 strikeouts recorded. 2-0 to Stott, and he takes it. It was outside, but Brian Knight says it's a strike. It's a 2-1 count. Last time he pitched, Adrian Hauser, he went 2 innings against the Braves on Friday, just allowed a hit and 2 walks. The pitch. And that was literally in the same spot. The changeup actually had a little bit more height to it, but it's called a ball that time. We got 181 people tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. 3 balls, 1 strike. Harper at second. Over at first is Bohm. Phillies lead 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The 3-1 pitch inside for ball 4, and Stott works his way on base with a walk. That's going to put Harper over at third and slide Bohm over to second. And Edmundo Sosa will come on up with the bases loaded. This Mets pitching staff really has been struggling, and the Phillies are looking to spank them right here. Bases juiced for Sosa, who's on a 5-game hitting streak. The first pitch, grounder hit over to shortstop. This could be 2. It's bobbled by Lindor, though. The throw to second, not in time. Harper scores, and that's going to be an 8-2 game now for the Phils. More defensive errors for the Mets as they collapse. It has not been a good day defensively for Francisco Lindor. Sosa hit a grounder, and it was played on a bounce over to Lindor. He bobbled it, and a Mets fan already leaving the building and trying to run out on the stairwell. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike to Christian Pache. Lindor not happy with himself. Bohm's at third, Stott's at second, Sosa's at first. The pitch to Pache. Strike 2 at the knees at 92 miles per hour. Christian struck out in the second, walked in the 5th, and had an RBI ground out that would score Bryson Stott in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-2 on the way, and that's chopped foul. Literally just ran out, like ran right towards the exit sign. It's wild. That's going to be a meme all over Twitter, I'm sure. 8-2 Phillies. They looking to open the floodgates. The 0-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out to center field. This should be deep enough to tag the runner from third. Bader makes the catch. The throw is drawn over to third base. The throw is not in time, and everybody moves up a bag. It's 9-2 Philadelphia on the sac fly by Pache. That's now 8 unanswered runs scored by the fightins. Here's Rojas up. 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch to Yohan in there for a strike at 92 miles per hour. 9 runs in about 6 2/3 of an inning for the Phillies offense. And they only put up 1 run in 5 innings. The 0-1 on the way. And that's in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And that's a grounder rolled over to third base. And it is a foul ball. Or no, it's a fair ball. And Stott comes in to score. And another mental error by Vientos. So it was a grounder. It was hit over to third. Vientos slowed up for a second. I don't know why he didn't tag the bag, but that's an RBI infield single for the Phillies, and it's now 10-2. What? That pitch was way inside. It jammed Rojas. Vientos. Yeah, he fielded it. Didn't tag the bag, nothing. And he just ate it alive. And we have a timeout called on the mound. And that puts runners at the corners. More mental errors for this Mets defense. Just unbelievable. Looked like it was fair. I should have went with my gut. Live and learn. An RBI infield single, and Kyle Schwarber, it's his turn to bat. He's gotten on base 3 times today with 2 singles, a walk, a run scored, and an RBI as well. The pitch. High and outside for ball 1. By the way, the Phillies, their first 4 hitters combined, each have a hit and are 7 for 14 at the plate. The 1-0 outside again for ball 2. Hauser with 27 pitches in this inning alone. Phillies have put up 10 runs on the board. The 2-0 to Schwarber, and he fouls that one back towards the backstop to make the count now 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. That's now the 3rd time this year that the Phillies have put up 10 or more runs in a game. The next pitch, and that's sliced foul and out of play. They did score 9 runs against the Cincinnati Reds earlier in the season. And then they also were able to win 9-5 against the White Sox on April 20th, and then 9-3 against the Padres on April 26th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the bottom of the 7th, and what has been a never-ending 7th inning. The 2-2, and that's downstairs again. Did that Mets fan ever make it out of the stadium? I wish the NBC would kind of follow up on that. The count is full to Schwarber. He has walked today. He had an RBI walk back in the 5th. The 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Kyle Schwarber tosses the bat to himself. It was a sinker that was on the inside corner, and that's going to end the inning. The Phillies do send 7 men up to the plate, and they manufacture 3 more runs as they're in the double digits and lead at 10-2 heading to the top of the 8th. Be right back. By the way, that was the quickest break ever. Bryce Harper is on cycle watch. He's homered today. He had a 2-run double back in the 5th inning and also singled to start off the 7th. He's going to be coming up in the bottom of the 8th. He'll be second up to bat. It'll be JT and then Harper. So he has a chance. He has a chance to get the cycle. So, all right. 10 runs on 10 hits for the Phils. Both teams have definitely played their share of sloppy baseball. But the Mets have made more mental errors than the Phillies have. So, yeah, Harper is on cycle watch. The Phillies have scored 9 unanswered runs. Oh, don't tell me that in the chat. Don't spoil anything about the schedule, if you can. If you do, it is what it is, but I want to find out for myself what's going on. If you are new, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. 168 people tuning in on here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, baby. Turnbull is going to go out there to pitch the top of the 8th inning. Up to bat for the Mets, it's Martinez, Vientos, and Starling Marte. The pitch, and that's low and outside for a ball. A sweeper that came in at 81 miles per hour. JD did single back in the 5th, and is 1 for 3 today. The 1-0 on the way, swing and a miss. Big strikeout there. Or it was a big strike there. That really says strikeout. The 1-1, low and outside for ball 2. And it's a 2-1 count now. We have NBA playoffs going on as well. I don't know what's going on. The Celtics game, they don't give you a score. That's weird. 2-1 on the way. In the air, hit out to deep left field, and that's not coming back. It is long gone. Solo shot by Martinez, and the Mets get one back. JD goes out to left field and goes about 403 feet to make it 10-3. That was a meatball. Absolutely torched that thing. Boston leads it 101-87 in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Cavs. They lead the series 3-1. There's 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go in that game. Mavericks and Thunder play at 9:30 on TNT. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Turnbull now with 38 pitches. We're in the top of the 8th. Phillies have a 10-3 advantage against the Mets. And the 0-2 is outside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Vientos, and that's way outside. Garrett Stubbs, by the way, is now catching for realmuto, so he will actually be leading off the next inning. Two-two. Line drive into center field, and that's going to scoot on in there for a hit. So Turnbull allows a solo homer to start off the 8th inning, and Vientos is able to get a single back up the middle. Colorado and Dallas are tied 1-1 in the NHL playoffs. That is Game 5 of the second round. Dallas leads the series, of course, 3-1. The series, that is. You're Starling Marte, and he takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Marte's average is at .256 now. 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. The 0-1 on the way. That's a sweeper at the knees for strike 2. Take a look at the Major League scores. Braves are down 5-0 heading into the top of the 7th against the Chicago Cubs. They have 4 hits, but no runs. The 0-2. Check swing, did he go? And the first base umpire says, no, he did not. Yankees have a 3-0 advantage out in Minnesota in the bottom of the 5th. Rangers and Guardians are scoreless in the top of the 5th. That is out in Arlington. 1-2 to Marte is fouled away. Astros lead at 2-0 as they host the Oakland Athletics. They have runners at first and third with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals and Halos just got started. That game's in the top of the 1st. And the Dodgers played the Giants in about a half hour. The 1-2. That was way inside. Almost hit Marte, but he just got out of the way of that. Blue Jays lost today to the Orioles 3-2. The Marlins beat the Tigers and shut them out 2-0. Rogers was able to get the win. 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to right field, and Castellanos tracks it down. He'll make the catch and throw it back over to second. And retreating over to first is Mark Vientos. Phillies finally get the first out recorded in the top of the eighth, and it's Starling Marte who flies out to right. Yeah. Yep, hide the user on the channel. Got it. Thanks so much for taking care of that. Appreciate it. One out in the top of the eighth, and a runner over at first. Got you. White Sox also shut out the Nationals today 2-0. Garrett Crochet was able to get the win. Just allowed 3 hits to the Nationals. That's it. Diamondbacks were able to beat the Reds 2-1 at home. Then the Rockies shut out the Padres and blanked them 8-0 out at Petco Park. Jordan Beck had his first career homer for the Rockies. The pitch, fly ball hit out to deep left field, and making the catch is Pache just shy of the warning track. And there's the second out. That was Harrison Bader that flied out to left. And the Mariners were able to win 4-2 against the Royals today. And those are all your scores. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. A runner over at first. And Jeff McNeil is up to bat. McNeil is 0 for 3. He did ground into a fielder's choice. And the pitch to Jeff. Fly ball hit out over to deep right center field. And Rojas comes running in. He can't make the diving catch. It bounces off his glove. Castellanos plays it on a bounce. And he is down in a lot of pain. 1 run's going to come in to score. And he finally gets back up. It's 10-4 on the RBI double by Jeff McNeil. See again, that's the second mistake that he's had today. Should have turned the glove the other way. Didn't get a good read on it. It bounced off the heel of the glove. And it's 10-4. So an RBI double by Jeff McNeil, and Tomas Nido is going to come up to try to cut the lead in half. Nido with a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and McNeil's going to come in to score, and that's an RBI single, and the Mets get 3 runs back in the top of the 8th. And now if you're Rob Thompson, well, you may want to think about getting somebody warming up in the bullpen. You might just want to do that. Nido comes through with the second RBI single of the series. The first one that he had was in the first game. But he cuts the deficit in half. It's 10-5, and the Phillies are going to start getting somebody warming up in the bullpen. Here's Nimmo up to bat, and the pitch, swing and a miss on the 4-seamer at 90 miles per hour. Nimmo has not got on with a hit today. He is the 7th man to come up to the plate in this 8th inning. The pitch, low and inside for a ball. 20 total pitches in this inning alone for Turnbull. One ball, one strike. The next pitch, and good job by Stubbs to block that. The count is now 2-1. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well, baby. Turn on the bell icons if you're a Philly freak with a capital P and a capital H. with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. For those of you that like music, man. The 2-1 pitch. Grounder hit over to first base, and Harper says, "I've had enough," as he gobbles it up and tags the bag over at first, and the inning finally comes to an end. The Mets get 3 runs back, though, on a solo shot by Martinez, an RBI double by McNeil, and an RBI single by Nido. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Bryce Harper is going to come on up after Garrett Stubbs, and he's looking to try to get the cycle. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a very, very quick step off. Be right back. All right. Good stuff. Let's do it. Bottom of the 8th inning, man. Good stuff. 10 runs on 10 hits for the Phils. They put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, but the Mets were able to erase those 3 runs in the top of the 8th. 10-5 Phillies. They're looking to take a Series 3-0 lead, and we'll wrap up the series against the Mets tomorrow night at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Here is Garrett Stubbs to lead things off. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Hauser's still pitching. I don't know how, but I guess that they figured we should just rest our bullpen. And maybe that's the strategy. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball. Stubbs batting 118. He had the RBI bunt single, and that was his only RBI on the season, and that was back in Game 1 of this series. The 1-1. That's inside, misses for ball 2. 2-1 pitch, ground ball, diving stop over at first base. Alonso tries to throw it over to first, and the out is recorded. Hauser was somehow able to hang on to the bag. The ball almost got behind him and was able to reach out over towards his left side. He didn't take his eye off the ball and was able to tag the bag with his right foot and catch it in his left hand. Great reflexes and not an easy play. Not as easy as it looked, for sure. Stubbs was out by half a step. So here's Harper. Harper's up to bat. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Harper homered in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice in the third, had a 2-run double in the 5th, and a single in the 7th. The 0-1 to Bryce, inside for a ball. Do you think he'll get the triple here? Last time a Phillies player had a cycle was when JT did it last year. The 1-1 on the way. Popped up. Hit out over to center field. And Bader gets way underneath it. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 outs. Well, there it goes. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. And now Bohm is going to come on up to bat. Bohm singled and walked, but is 1 for 3 today. The pitch. It's taken low and outside for a ball. Hauser has gone 1 2/3 of an inning so far, allowing 3 hits and 1 earned run. The 1-0 fouled off. Hauser's 31 years old now. The 1-1 to Bohm. Fly ball hit out over to shallow left center field on the run, and making the catch out towards the alleyway for out number 3 is Marte for out, or is Nimmo for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 9th. Phillies will try to shut the door. 10-5 is the score, and the Phillies are 3 outs away from taking this series against the Mets. Why was that hard for me to find? I've had some mental mistakes today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you're all doing very, very well. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know if I do this enough, but I really mean this when I say thank you all so much for just being on here to support us, because I think that we do a really good job on here, and we're at the point now, like, where we're just having conversations in the chat, like, and it's just background noise. Like, that's what I want this to be. Like, I want to interact with you guys, but I want you guys to engage in conversations. And this type of thing, it does really put a big smile on my face, because that's what I envisioned it would be like. So, DFJ, you know what to do. Drop that link down below, man. 167 people on here watching. Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your family about this channel, because we are Philly Freaks, baby. With a capital P and a capital H. We're Philly Freaks for life. Philly Freaks for life, baby. Just found you today. Jason, another Jason. My name is Jason. But yours is Jason Hess. What's up, Jason Hess? Just found you today, and I'm happy to subscribe. Appreciate it, man. Good stuff, baby. Let's get to 250 likes. Or 150 likes, I meant. 250, that's way too much. Sometimes they do say that you have to reach for the stars. But I think that that's not within striking distance. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to try to shut the door here in the top of the 9th. He comes into today with a 7.07 ERA, but don't let that fool you, because he's been much better over his last couple of games. Alonso will lead things off, though. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up in the order in the top of the 9th. First pitch, popped up, hit out towards shallow center field. Rojas jogs in towards home plate, and he'll make the catch. And there's one away. Alonso just doubled. That was the only hit that he had, and that was back in the 3rd. So he's now ends the day most likely 1 for 5. Lindor comes up next. The pitch by Dominguez at 96 at the knees for a strike. It was 95 on the app. The ball is 1 strike. The 0-1 popped up again. Hit out towards shallow right center field. Stott says he has it, backpedals, and catches it on the outfield grass. And there's 2. The Mets are down to their final out. And JD Martinez will come on up. Dominguez, with 15 strikeouts on the season in 14 innings. He's looking to get another scoreless inning here. The pitch to JD. Ground ball. Hit over to 3rd. Bohm has it. Tosses across the diamond. And that's the ball game. The Phillies take the series against the Mets and win by a final score of 10-5 tonight at the bank. 31 wins in the books for Philadelphia, And we had to slam the bell and pound it tonight because this team looked absolutely lifeless. They were down 2-1 heading into the bottom. Well, it was really the top of the 6th inning. And then they scored 9 runs combined, 4 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 3 in the... Actually, no, sorry. 4 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 in the 7th. And that was what they needed. Joey Lucchesi did a very good job, and then the Mets, as soon as he started to get a little bit tired in that 6th inning, Carlos Mendoza left him out there for too long, and the Phillies were able to strike and break free. So, 10 runs. It wasn't the best baseball game in regards to just its attractiveness, if you will, with the sloppy play. But the Phillies got the win, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Ranger did not have his best outing today either. But the win is what matters, and I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Y'all are the best. All right? I wanted to tell you one more thing before we go out. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming on here. And, of course, wanted to wrap things up, too. And just say that Ranger did get his 8th win of the season. So he is now 8-0. Good for him, seriously. That's very, very awesome. And Lucchesi, of course, got charged with his first loss, so he's 0-1. All right, I am going to be on tomorrow. But I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to get a phone line up and running, okay? And I want us to... I think that would be, like, more easier for everybody to just, like, call in and just be able to talk to me, either talk to me live or, like, record a voicemail message and just give me your thoughts about the Phillies or the Sixers or the Eagles or whatever the conversation is about. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that is going to be coming out, and that really is going to be coming out. I should have that done within the next couple of days, so I will keep you in the loop about that. I love you guys. All right, I'm going to rest up. I need it. But I will see you all tomorrow night, man. Good win for the Phils. And just continue to rack up the wins. That's all what matters at the end of the day. That is all that matters. You know what I mean? So, all right, Laila Tov, good night. And I'll catch you all later. Also be on the lookout for a pod later tonight as well. All right? I'm just going to say that. Bye.